Hi guys, welcome back to Too Cool for Middle School. It is already April. I don't know how that happened. March went by so quickly, but it's time for me to do my March favorites. I apologize that I sound a little bit congested. I am a little bit congested, but I was doing an Instagram live and somebody said to go try a lemon ginger cayenne shot. So I just drove right over to Jamba Juice and tried one. And it actually really worked. This is better than I was before. It was like painful, like going down, it is painful, but it did help quite a bit. Okay, so that was my first favorite then. So in all of my favorites videos for 2018, I've been showing you any clothing items that I bought in that month. Okay, my New Year's resolution was to only buy one article of clothing per month. And so far I have failed at that. I'm really trying hard, but clearly not hard enough. So I have 3 things, well, kind of 4 actually. Yeah, 4. Okay, but 3 right now. I'm going to show you 3 things right now that I bought in the month of March. So actually I went almost the entire month of March without buying any clothes, and then right at the end, Carly Jean Los Angeles was having a sale and I went online and okay, I bought one of her shirts last month and I showed it in that favorites video. It's just like a long black tunic and I love it. I really love like the quality of the fabric and everything is designed and made in Los Angeles. So I love that about the company. You know, I love like female-owned companies and buying things local and things made in the US and all that. And kind of the idea behind this company and this collection is that everything goes together really well. So you can make like a capsule wardrobe. So you don't need a ton of clothes. You can just buy a few pieces and like mix and match them. So you'll see with some of the things that I got in this order that you could really do that. Okay, so let me just show you what I got here. So this is the white version of the black tank top that I got last month. And so it's really long in the back, like it almost goes to my knees in the back, or like my knee pits or whatever. And I love the length on it. I love the fabric. It's so comfortable. I got this in a medium. I love wearing this with like leggings and a kimono. If I could just wear that combination every single day, I'd be happy. And then this is another shirt that I got. I was realizing I don't have a lot of like gray tank tops, and so this one I thought was really cute because it's got this tie detail at the bottom. I'm really into that tie detail thing. I don't know why, but it's just really cute, I think. And so I could wear this for like working out or just on like Saturdays or in the summertime. But again, the fabric is just very like soft and it's good quality. It's very forgiving and just like drapes well on your body. So it's different than, you know, just like the cheap kind of tank tops that you get at like Target or something. It's a lot nicer. These are about $30, so they're a little bit more expensive than you might be used to paying, but I think that they fit a lot better and look a lot better. And I've just ordered a medium in everything I've ordered from her. This was the last thing that I got from her. This is, well, it was described as a tunic, but on me it's definitely a dress. It's like a midi-length dress. And it's kind of like a linen-y fabric. I love these stripes, and how I wore this is I just belted it to give it a little bit more structure and then wore it with some wedges. And I actually wore this to church yesterday on Easter and I thought it looked really nice. I think one thing that makes this like fit really well is that the seam in your armpit right here is lower, like it doesn't go all the way up like it would on some other shirt dresses, so it just gives it a little bit more of a relaxed fit, and I really like that about this. It kind of reminded me once I was wearing it of like something that my mom would have worn in like the early 90s, and I think these stripes are really slimming. It looked really cool, so I think I'll be wearing this a lot. Another fashion item that I got this month were these tassel earrings from Mercy House Global. These are fair trade. They're made by female artisans. I love everything about the company, Mercy House Global. I think these earrings are really cute and I like this color. I wish that they were a little bit like heavier and swingier. Like I just wish that the tassel had a little bit more movement to it. They're like a little bit stiff, if you can see right there. But I still think that they're really cute and they're very light. If you don't like wearing like heavy earrings on your lobe and that kind of hurts, then these are a really good option. And I love that my money goes to support such a great cause. So this was another fashion item that I got this month. Okay, my favorite book of the month and of maybe the year and of like the decade maybe, was this book right here, Well-Behaved Women Seldom Make History. This is by Laurel Thatcher Ulrich, and I read some of her works in my graduate school classes when I was getting my master's in history, and so she writes some of the best books about women's history and about social history. And back in like the 70s, in this academic paper in some journal, she had written this sentence that well-behaved women seldom make history. And in the 90s, another female scholar like picked that up and started using it somewhere else, and then people started putting it on like bumper stickers and t-shirts and coffee mugs. So, you know, 20 or 30 years later, this one sentence that Ulrich had written became like this rallying cry of women, and it's interpreted so many different ways. She herself says like she kind of likes that about it, that it's a little bit like obscure. So she wrote this whole book about what that really meant to her, and just about all of these women throughout history who in order to get into history books, in order to get into some kind of a record, they maybe needed to have like broken the law or gotten into the newspaper somehow, or, you know, something that would get them noticed and recorded and recognized. So the three women that she kind of writes this through the lens of are Elizabeth Cady Stanton, Virginia Woolf, and then Christine Pizan. So you learn a lot about each of those three, but then just through each of their lenses, she really expands those stories to the stories of the women around them. So you learn about like hundreds of different women in this book. It's so well done, it's so well organized, it's so well researched, and it just makes me want to go back to grad school and get my PhD in women's history or any kind of history. Like, this just teaches you how to be a good historian in general. So I'm obsessed with this book. I've always been obsessed with Laurel Thatcher Ulrich, and this just kind of solidified it for me. So this is one of her newer books. Like, she wrote this toward the end of her career. I don't know, she's still writing, I think, but it's one of her newer publications, and she kind of wrote it in response to the popularity of this sentence, and it's just amazing. I recommend this to everybody. So after I got done reading it, I was like, I need stuff that says this. I couldn't believe I didn't have anything with those words on it, so I got that little print back there, and that's from Pale Fox Designs on Etsy. But I couldn't decide between getting like a print or a t-shirt, so I just got both. So this was the other clothing item that I got this month. I just think this is gorgeous. I love the floral. I love the font of the text and everything, and so I just wanted to have this to wear all the time. So I'll leave a link to this down below so that you can get one if you want to as well. And it's funny because a lot of people say well-behaved women rarely make history, which is misquoting it, but even Ulrich herself, she was like, that means the same thing, whatever. So whichever way is fine, but I just wanted one that was exactly as she had written it. Okay, a couple other things that I've been loving this month. I can't smell it today, so I didn't even bother to wear it, but I like this Gucci Bloom perfume. My husband got me this for Valentine's Day last month, I guess, but I've been wearing it all through March, and I think it smells really nice. Man, this is so sad. I literally can't smell it. I have no idea. I'm so stuffed up. But from what I remember, it's really nice. Another thing that I recently have tried and I am loving is this little teeny tiny French press. To be honest, I don't know why it says 3-cup coffee maker, because it just says 12 ounces. So I don't know in what world 12 ounces is 3 cups of anything, but it's fine. Like, that's all I really wanted, was just a little teeny tiny one. 12 ounces is enough, because honestly that's all you can drink before it gets cold anyway. So I just wanted something that I can make in the morning and like take with me to go, or just kind of like drink while I get ready. And I'm learning about like French press coffee as I go, but I got a little grinder, so I have like whole beans, and I just love the sound of whole beans. I love like scooping them out of the little canister and then putting them into the grinder. I kind of like the sound of the grinder, and then they smell really good, and then putting it into the French press, and you just let it sit in hot water for like 4 minutes, and then you press it down and you've got your coffee, and it tastes really good, and it's like very not bitter. And so actually I want a cup right now. As soon as I'm done, I'm gonna go make myself some. Another cool thing from my classroom that I really liked, I want to get more of these, but I got this pair of headphones, and I love the colors. Like, the colors totally match my classroom, And then I also really like the cord, because it's like the braided cord. It's not like the really plasticky kind that gets, you know, tangled all the time. So if I happen to be able to scrape together any money towards the end of the year for new stuff next year, I want to invest in a couple of pairs of these for my classroom and get like different colors. And they're just really comfortable to wear and just so cute. So I actually borrowed them for Jensen because we've got to go on the plane this weekend. We're flying to Portland, so I'm gonna have him use them, but they're like adjustable. So I just thought those were super cute. One thing that I'm newly obsessed with in the month of March, and I think I will just be celebrating every March from here on out, is the Holi Festival. And the Holi Festival is an Indian cultural celebration, and they use all the colored powders, and they throw these colored powders up in the air. If you've ever done a color run, I'm realizing now that color runs are just a ripoff of Holi festivals, but it's that same stuff, and it's the coolest celebration ever. You can look it up like online if you haven't seen one in person, but around here we do have them. So I'm definitely going to be going next year. I just looked it up. It's going to be March 20th and 21st, so probably like the following Saturday or the Saturday before that they'll have a festival in the park around here somewhere. You can get the powder yourself just at any like Indian grocery store or even on Amazon or something. So my students and I used the powder in our vocabulary video that we submitted when we won the weekend wrap, and I'll link that right here so you can see that. But I think next year, just when we're studying ancient India, we'll definitely do a Holi celebration because it's the coolest thing ever. Oh, I also have a book at school, and the illustrations were by Vashti Harrison, who did Little Leaders, and the name of the book is escaping me, but I will write it right here and link it down below, because that was another really cool resource that we had for ancient India and then the Holi Festival. Okay, my very last favorite of the month, I promise, very last one, is Revisionist History by Malcolm Gladwell. This is a podcast that I've been obsessed with. Every episode is about like 35 minutes, which is perfect because I just listen to it in the morning while I get ready and like do my makeup and stuff. It's so good. He just looks at like either stories that we think we already know and he kind of puts a new spin on them, or just things that are like really obscure but that relate to things that are going on right now. So this is the kind of history that I love learning about. And one episode that you should definitely listen to is about how teachers were affected after the Brown v. Board of Education ruling. I thought that one was especially interesting. So if you're a historian or just kind of like a history buff in general, I highly suggest checking out Revisionist History and just listen to it like on your way to work or while you get ready or while you make dinner or something. Podcasts are great. I'm all about the podcast these days. Alright guys, I'm gonna go drink some coffee and take some more medicine. I don't want to be sick anymore, it's the worst. Oh, one last thing. I always do a music recommendation, so of course my music recommendation is Found Tonight by Ben Platt and Lin-Manuel Miranda. I have listened to this song like 85,000 times this month. I just listen to it on a loop in my classroom and at home. It's like the greatest thing I've ever heard. And all of the proceeds from downloads go to support the kids involved in the March for Our Lives, and they performed at the March for Our Lives in Washington, D.C. I just love Ben Platt and Lin-Manuel Miranda, and everything they do just continues to inspire me and make me cry and make me happy, and I love them, and it's wonderful. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.